So this clear folder here contains all of the drawings I've done in the last 2 years or so, but about 30 to 40 of them are just outlines. So I wanted to devote at least a week or two to developing these drawings until at least all the penciling and the inking is done, while only the coloring remains. Let's see how far I go. This here first is a color grid for all my Copics. These are some anatomy sheets for the few studies that I've done. This is the size 1 blueprint, size 2 blueprint, size 3 blueprint. Charlotte Katakuri. These drawings are all about 2 years old. Crazy now, my drawings are actually at a point where ones from 2 years ago can still be used as a blueprint for the model today, because my proportions and coloring has been so consistent for a while now that I would make Eneru this way and I wouldn't feel like I have to redraw the whole thing. And you can see Eneru is in a 1/10 scale because he's too big. A lot of One Piece characters such as Eneru, Doflamingo would be in 1/10 scale, and then characters like Whitebeard and Big Mom, no scale, why bother? Baby 5, one of my favorite minor characters in One Piece. Yoko, Michelle. The rest of these drawings are all in scale, ready to be used a blueprint at any time, such as this one here for Mob is the blueprint I use for that model. Star Platinum! So yeah, and this is the Jotaro blueprint. Dio, this is exactly how big I would make all these characters. Every single drawing I do here is to act, regardless of whether I make the model, these are blueprints for those models ready to go. And then that way, I can get an idea for exactly how big the characters would be relative to ones I've already made. Fun fact, I actually stuffed up the face for Bruno here. I was pretty unhappy with it and I couldn't be bothered redrawing him. So that was why I decided to just go ahead and make his head to correct the mistakes I made in the drawing. And it's still really, really sharp. King Crimson. And now we have Trish. Trish here is one I do want to finish. I'm not happy with the skin tone, but that can be corrected in the character card. For now, I just want to focus on Trish because I really like her design. I think finally seeing a prominent girl in JoJo's art style was nice, but mostly I think her stand being sentient is a pretty cool concept. I also just love the color palette. Her outfit is perhaps one of my favorite outfits on any character. The patterns on the skirt and the necklace. The hair. Normally I like longer hair because you can do more with it, but the short hair here, the way it swirls, superb. Here we have Satsuki Kiyuin, who's basically got a Gundam bikini. That's what I called it. Some of the Goku drawings, this was what I used for the blueprint of the model. Also, yeah, I tend to just draw characters naked because that's how you build them out. And you need to know what they look like beneath the clothes so you understand how the clothing shapes around the body. What Super Saiyan God should have looked like. Vegeta, I'll leave this one for now. Volcanion and Mewtwo. Venusaur, yep, this is one I want to complete. My big, mean, green tree tank. And yes, this is also to scale. Absolutely massive creature. He's basically done. I just need to add some layers to the color. You can see it's pretty flat, so I'll add some depth to the green here and then some little shadows to the plant and his eyes, of course. And bam, look at that. Certainly one of my favorite designs in Pokemon, and I love how this guy looks. Oh, and a cute little Bulbasaur. Here is a Gyarados blueprint I did maybe a year ago now. This thing would be absolutely massive. Darth Vader, the exact Joker blueprint. You can see it's pretty accurate. Color is certainly spot on. Asuka Langley Soryu in her plug suit. School uniform. And then a sexier, more exaggerated version of Asuka I wanted to try out. And this one, I think I will. I'll at least finish the inking. Sailor Moon next to a more regular woman here. This is just a pretty cool anatomy drawing I did for the female form. And then here's another one for the male form. Ah, you know what? I think Endeavor, it just needs a little bit more coloring, actually. And here we have another copy of Endeavor, which is going to be the blue version. That's more like his super suit. And then here we have Giyu Tomioka with Sanemi. Oh, gotta finish the coloring of this one too. Got some Tokyo Ghoul here. Ah, crap. Tsukiyama needs his skin now. Douglas, Bullet, and Queen from One Piece. And you can see Queen just has a little bit of extra things to color. Here we go. Smoker and Katakuri. Katakuri needs to get done. This is my favorite One Piece character, and you can see why. You can see, look at that. That's just one of my more favorite drawings, I think, in this book. Both the Namis, this one on the left here is in the 1:8 scale, and this one on the right is actually a little bit bigger, and that is also the basis for this model I've been working on behind the scenes that you will see soon. Monkey D. Garb. Bit of a half-assed coloring job here, so let's fix that up. Much better. Doflamingo and Ace. I think I can at least get the inking done for Dofi. Coloring's a whole other process, but at least with the drawing and the inking, you know exactly what they're gonna look like. Luffy and Zoro. Yep, gonna get both of these done. Lovely, lovely work. Oh man, you know what? I don't think Frankie here is looking quite super enough, and Law definitely needs some ink, if you know what I mean. Much better. Ah yes, so they've got this cute little chibi Kinemon here. He needs to be colored. Much better, much better. All right, now here are the big dudes. We have Kaido, which will unfold onto something magnificent. And then down here we have a Kaido versus Big Mom illustration that just has to be colored. This one's something else. Like the detail and the designs of these two is phenomenal. Love them so much. They are larger than life. And I must say, Big Mom probably has the most fun face to draw of any character I've ever done. Much like Katakuri, she's one I have drawn several times now, and I just like her design more and more every time. Look at that. The Titans, again, these guys are just so detailed that I don't really need to be in a certain mental state to draw these dudes. The female and the Colossal. You can see the Colossal is barely going to fit in the page and barely going to fit his upper body in the page. Now these are some older drawings I did like a couple years back of Ichigo when I last watched Bleach, and the Franks Argentia, so yeah, they need to be inked. That'll do. 02 and a Superman, not a priority. Toguro and Boros, one day. Just not today. Doomfist 2.0 and Sigma. Can't be bothered with Doomfist, he's probably the most complex design in the book. But Sigma, this one I penciled like a year ago when he came out, and that needs to be inked. And I love Sigma's design. Widowmaker, again, one of my other favorite designs in Overwatch, and I think I'll at least ink her. This will be Hanzo and Genji. And there's a McCree I did from like 4 years ago, and that's going to be a little diva on the right there. That will do it for this book. All that's left is some Apocalypse sketches and my logo sketches, which, there's the character card. You'll see that in full force in a couple videos time as well. Once more. Okay, that's it. I didn't quite finish all of my drawings, but that was around 21 or so, with I think 10 or more being completely colored and inked and everything. So that's a pretty good attempt. That's more work in the last 3 weeks or so than I did in the last 9 months. So I'm very happy with that. If you want to see more photos of each of the drawings I showed in this video, they'll be on my Instagram, so link to that in the description. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and attention as always, and you will see me next time. I don't do that.